These are some of the people the welfare state helps. People who have no money, who cannot work or find a job. The Arche, or Arche in Berlin, is an organization that offers free meals to people at the very bottom of Germany's social ladder.
You want to know what it's like? It's the pits. I don't really want to depend on charity, but it's impossible to find a job.
It's not a good feeling. I always used to have a job, but now I need the help, especially because my ex-husband won't support me. So I'm really glad that the state is there for me.
I'd rather have my own money that I've earned myself. Then I'd be able to say I don't live off the state. It's not something I feel good about.
Germany spends billions of euros supporting the country's neediest. Social services are the biggest single item in the government budget, 177 billion euros, or 54% of the total. The Association of Germany's Social Service Providers says the country has no choice but to maintain and even expand its welfare safety net.
Germany's welfare state assures that all those in need, regardless of how they got in that position, have a right to assistance, that society shows its solidarity. That's almost unique in the world and is what distinguishes the German welfare state.
Sociologist Gunnar Heinsohn begs to differ. He says providing more help just makes people more dependent.
This welfare system is going to collapse because we are a population that is shrinking, aging, and becoming less educated. The portion of the population that pays more in taxes than it uses in services is rapidly declining. And as these productive people see that their share of the pie is getting smaller, more and more of them will try to escape to other countries.
Germany's welfare state was a byproduct of industrialization 130 years ago. Early factory workers faced long hours, poor living conditions, and ill health. Otto von Bismarck, the Iron Chancellor, realized that an angry workforce could threaten the country's prosperity and stability. He introduced public health insurance and pensions. Bismarck is called the father of the welfare state. Initially, it provided only the bare minimum to assure survival. Today, the country's constitution obliges every German government to fund the welfare state. Article 1 of the Constitution declares that every resident of the country has a right to a life in dignity. Article 20 describes Germany as a welfare state. But critics say the system has become far too expensive and offer an alternative.
The 5 years model says that a person in need has a right to welfare assistance for 5 years, but not that a period of need can last an entire lifetime. The recipient knows that he has a total of 5 years in which he can expect welfare, so he uses these benefits as frugally as possible. Such proposals are not just unacceptable, they're also unconstitutional. I think we can expect professors to be just as faithful to the Constitution as we expect civil servants and immigrants to be. Reform proposals ought to be at least realistic.
Workers at the Arche in Berlin are most concerned about the children of welfare recipients. Some of the poorest parents do little to support their kids' development. The implications are serious in a nation that will need productive workers to support an aging population.
Working with social scientists, we've calculated that by the year 2020, we're going to see a total sociological disaster. More than half of our children will have grown up as recipients of welfare. They won't even know that you have to get up in the morning to go to work.
Children need prospects. Without them, the future of Germany's welfare state will look increasingly bleak.